Well, it's on, so it's lit, fam.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Sesh with Rick James. We have
Steve Holsabus, go by Steve H. Class.
and we're out at Hendy's studio in Chandler.
Correct.
Tell me about yourself. Who are you?
My name is Steve Holsabus. I am an artist from Arizona. I've been here my whole life. My specialty and what I'm known for is dot implosions. I've done dot work my whole career, more or less, starting off with honeycombs, moving into dot stacking. Just anything with dots has always kind of interested me. But then, yeah, recently I've been getting really into the whole dot implosion technique. I've done almost exclusively that for the past 4 to 5 years now. Really pushed a lot into it, and it's just a lot of fun for me. So.
Why not?
It just captivates me. It's, I'm not a very good artist on paper, so doing the dot work is much more attainable for me. It takes a lot of time to sit there and do your whole image and stuff like that, or pattern or whatever that you're doing, but it's just something that's achievable for me. It's, I'm not good at drawing something, but I can knock off dots over and over again until it looks right for me. So
Let's just talk about the beginning. Like, how did you get started in glassblowing?
I got started in glassblowing initially filling pipes from my shelf. So I had a smoke shop in Phoenix about 8 years ago. We closed it. It was only open for about 2 years, but we started blowing glass to try to fill shelves and make our own inventory a little bit. And at a certain point, we started making okay money doing it, and the shop just wasn't doing that good. So we decided to close the doors of the shop and blow glass full time.
What was like the turning point in your life where you decided to be a glassblower?
Really the turning point was realizing that the shop wasn't doing very well. So once we realized that it wasn't doing well and we preferred blowing glass and not dealing with the retail side of things, it just became a transition. And once I started making enough money to pay my bills a little bit, it became just an exciting thing to just push harder into and figure out how to get better and expand my skill set.
I've seen you around before and a lot on Instagram, especially with collabs. Tell me about that. How does that work?
Collaborations are a lot of fun. I've done a lot of work in the recent past with Hick Dog. He's become a good friend of mine. He was actually one of my first teachers in glass. I've done a lot of collaborations with a lot of different people, though. It's, my particular style of work, what I do is easy to apply to almost anything, especially with these millies and stuff like that. You can really put those anywhere. Just a cab, you can attach to the backside of just about anything. And then as well, I've got my patterns with a clear center, so I can pop a hole in that and make it some, part of tubing and stuff. So it's really applicable in any direction, so it makes it a lot of fun to work with any artist, really.
So you said teaching. How did you learn how to blow glass?
I learned how to blow glass from a buddy of mine, Caleb. He goes by Compass Glass. He does a lot of soft glass these days. He was doing borosilicate for a while when he first taught me, and he was like I said, a buddy of mine in high school, so we got along a lot, and he was able to show me a few things to get me started. Once I got started, I wanted to learn a little bit more, so there's the local school, Mesa Arts Center. They had some classes I could take, so I went there and learned and took some work classes and really just practiced my skills from there.
Tell me about a day in Steve H's life, like going to work. What's that look like for you?
Going to work, I guess, my morning starts off, I wake up and, I've usually got some direct messages that I have to respond to. If I have to pack up any packages and stuff like that, I will do it in the morning and try to take care of that before I come into work. So I have to pack glass, ship it out and stuff like that, go to the post office. And then when I get into work, I come in, I turn on the kiln, get to work, put in, like a good, 8 to 10 hour day every day. And then, the next day come in and take photos of my work and try to get it sold. So
I think a better question is, do you consider this work? Like, is this a job to you?
Absolutely. It's it's hard to go through because it is by all means an art, and it's a progression. So that's the thing that I enjoy about my work, is that it is art. So I never have an end to what I can learn and do. There's always something new that can happen. However, at the end of the day, this is my job. This is how I pay my bills, and I take it seriously. So it's, I spend a lot of time doing this, and it's over a full-time job. I'm spending 40 to 60 hours a week at least between the torch and going to the post office and photographing stuff and all that. It's just, there's a lot that goes into it.
Do you feel like you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life?
I would like to, absolutely, yeah. This is something that, it's a career that I would love to be a part of forever. So.
What are we making today?
Today I was working on a rainbow burst implosion pendant. I start off, the implosion starts off on a clear bubble, so I'll blow that out fairly thin, lay my dots up to about the halfway point, and then when I melt it, it will all kind of condense on itself a bit, so I make sure to only heat the front face and melt that into a flat disc. Then I can attach a punty, which is a glass handle basically, onto the face of that and tear it off of the remaining bubble, and I will heat that entire disc all the way down until it shrinks into a marble, essentially. At that point, I can, what I call, terminate the back, so all the dots come to one single point. Basically, your whole pattern that was a disc comes to one single point, and it's a nice thick little bit, and it implodes all the dots. So I can terminate the back, which is basically pulling it all away, and it all comes to one single point and then disappears, essentially. Which makes it to where when you look from the front, it kind of gives that vortex effect to the back. And then I will go through and flatten the back, reshape it and stuff like that, make sure it's a nice shape for the backside so it hangs against your body. And then I attach a bail to the top, which is your loop. And after that's off, then I can detach my punty handle and it's good to go.
What's next for you?
Next on the agenda, I'm practicing for the Champs Masters Finals is going to be the next thing. I won in the glass games, which is a cool thing that they do at the Champs trade shows in Vegas. I won second place and third place on 2 different competitions there, so I'll be advancing to the Masters Finals and doing some really cool stuff with some talented glass blowers, so I want to make sure that I'm up to par with them, so I've got a lot on my plate to practice.
If you could have a sesh with anybody, who would it be?
Sesh with anybody? Geez, I guess I would probably say Dave Chappelle. He's been my favorite comedian since I was younger. I think he's hilarious, and I know that he's really active in the whole cannabis community. So, I think that he would be a lot of fun to sit down and smoke with and just crack a couple jokes with. I think he's hilarious. So. My name is Steve Holstebus, and you're watching the Daily Sesh. That's it.
That's right, then.
What's up, everybody? Just want to personally thank you for making it to the end of the video. After editing it for 3 days, I did see I was having some technical difficulties with the audio. But going forward, that's going to change with these microphones. Now we're going to have them on both people, so you'll be able to hear us nice and clean and clear. But with that in mind, I'm just one person right now growing this channel, The Daily Sesh, and it's my goal to be one of the best counterculture YouTube channels out there. So I'd love to get some feedback from everybody. Just put in a comment below on what kind of questions I could ask. What kind of people could I document? What would make this an even better channel for you to keep watching? Well, thanks again, and give us a thumbs up for this video and hit that subscribe button because we're going to keep putting out this content. It's going to be consistent and we're going to grow this channel. Thanks again. See you guys later.